Hey, John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got an email from someone asking me about manual testing. So in this video, I'm going to talk about manual testing and whether or not it has a future. So I got this email that basically said that I've been in a manual tester for 5 months, and this person was feeling kind of disheartened, I would say, about manual testing. They didn't know about the scope of it, I'm going to assume that means, what is the future of it? And they had heard that there was some scope or more future in automated testing, and they're kind of disappointed with the kind of salary ranges and expectations here in the manual testing side. And so this is kind of something that I think, I came from a manual testing background, actually. I mean, I started doing programming right when I was younger, when I was a kid, but I couldn't get a job as a programmer, right, because I didn't have experience. But I was able to get a job as a manual tester, especially without education either, which I didn't have at that point. And so I kind of worked my way up from manual testing into development roles at various companies, and then became a full-on developer. So I'm pretty familiar with manual testing. My wife also had done manual testing and had come up the ranks through there and became a developer as well. So, okay, from my description here, right, you can see that what I probably think about manual testing. I said both myself and my wife came up the ranks from manual testing. Actually, she went into automated testing. I did as well, and then into more full development. So you can probably guess that I'm going to say that manual testing by itself typically doesn't have a future. Now, there's a few select people, right? Because I don't want to say, oh, you're a manual tester for 15 years, you must suck. Because I don't necessarily think that, but I think there are a lot of people that fall into that category. There's certain people who are really good at manual testing and not just executing tests, right? I'm talking about planning things out, thinking about the long-term strategy, working with developers, doing a lot more than just running tests. And those kind of career manual testers or test engineers, you could call them, they're kind of a very rare breed. Most of us are not that. Most of us who are manual testers, or for a long period of time, are kind of lazy. That's the truth. I'm not going to pull any punches here on this channel. So if you fall into that category, you need to think about, are you so passionate about test management and test engineering and testing that you're going to make your whole career about this and not go another road, right? If that's you, then that's fine. Like I said, it's a rare breed because there's not too many of those people out there. If that's you, then great. That's awesome. This advice does not apply to you. Manual testing has a future for you. But most manual testers that I know of, it's either a lack of ambition, a lack of confidence, right? Something that's keeping them stuck there, and they're not advancing up the ladder to go to something that requires more skill. To be honest with you, manual testing by itself does not require a huge amount of skill. In fact, even creating test plans and test cases to some degree, right? Once you master that, it's not really challenging. Doesn't require a huge amount of skill. Writing automated tests does. That's really difficult. In fact, I would say that that's more difficult than software development in general. Writing automated testing or automated test frameworks and all of that associated with it is very, very difficult work. It's very rewarding and challenging work, and it's well paid. You can find a lot of times a really good automation expert who can automate will get paid higher than developers because they're a lot more valuable, they're a lot more sought out. Believe me, automated testing is something that's highly, highly sought out because very few people know how to do that correctly. So, to kind of sum it up and to kind of give you my complete answer here, I think manual testing for most people in general is a dead end. You should be, unless you're going to be that career person who's going to be that career manual tester, and again, they're not going to be a career manual tester, right? They're going to become a test engineer or a manager of quality assurance, right? They're going to become some kind of a QA type of bigger position, right? But aside from that, if you're just going the career technical wise way, you should look to go from manual testing to either development or automated testing. Automated testing is a good point to go because you already have the manual testing background. You have the testing background that a lot of developers don't have. So that's going to be extremely valuable, and you're going to be able to make that transition. But that's what I would advise you. You're not going to find, I mean, if you're a manual tester for a long time, you're not going to see pay raises. Manual testing is kind of at the bottom of the software development bucket. Again, I know this hurts some people's feelings. I know that they don't want to believe this. But really, if you look at respect and pay, both of those are at the bottom for manual testers in almost all organizations. So think about it. Like, think about your future. If you want to get out of here and you want to advance, aside from that, if you're going to do that career path, make your choice. Are you going to be a career quality assurance person? If so, then invest in management skills and things like that, because that's where you advance in that career path. Otherwise, go in the development route. You could go into automated testing and become an automated tester. And how you do that is you basically you find someone who's doing automated testing, or you approach your organization and say, hey, could I start learning about this? Like, we're not doing automated testing. Could I be that person? Could I kind of experiment in this area and see if I can, pitch it as a way for a benefit for the company? I can save money. I can do all these things, research it so you know what to say. Or you can go into the full-on development route and just start learning development and start working with developers and start taking on tasks, right? You're going to have to teach yourself in order to do that either way. But any advancement that you have in your career, here's a big secret, is going to be from you teaching yourself, honestly, right? You're not going to get it on the job. You're going to have to invest in your career if you really want to advance. If you look at all the people that have really advanced and have really moved up the ladder in their career, it's people that have invested their own time in their education and learning and developing their skills. So that's it. Hopefully this doesn't disappoint you too much, but you were right to suspect that manual testing might not have that much of a future. All right, well, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. We're getting quite a few subscribers here. That's really great. And share this with someone that you know that's stuck in manual testing, that you want to get the message to them to get out. All right, take care, and I will talk to you next time. See you later.